There's a lot to unpack. What's up, guys? It's your boy Midnight. Hold on, we forgot something here. There we go. It's your boy Midnight coming to you live from Midnight Cinema. And today, as you can tell from my background, multiple backgrounds, and my name, the Midnight Spider, and the title. Clearly, I'm here to talk about some arachnids, hybrid arachnids. The human spider, Spider-Man. Across the SpiderVerse. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, this is I have to wait to rank this because it's still out. Everybody's buzzing about it. Is it really like all that good? Is it really that great? Does it live up to the first one? Does it supersede it in any way, shape, or form? The clear answer is a factual yes. It's absolutely. It is a phenomenal joyride from. Maybe not joyride. That may not be the way to go, but it is because it's dark. But it really is a step up. And the storytelling is phenomenal. The score, phenomenal. Just the character development that we see here, the many layers that go into what this multiverse is. And it's almost like, there's some, I'm pretty sure it was still being worked on. Obviously, it was still being worked on when Everything Everywhere All at Once came out. But it's almost like they kind of they had a conversation about what the multiverse was, and you got Everything Everywhere All at Once, and now you have this. Even though Into the Spider-Verse already had its own thing, but now they expand even further on that multiverse, right? And we get to see things inside of this vast multiverse and all these other dimensions. And it is incredible. This is one of the greatest sequels that have ever been made. It just hands down. It's one of the greatest sequels that has ever been made. The man who did the score, Daniel Pemberton, Oscar nomination, please. You dropped the ball last year with Michael Giacchino for the Batman, which is insane. That's an insult. He should have been nominated for that. This right here, absolute Oscar nomination for this. I'd even say for best adapted screenplay. I'll even say for best picture. This movie is so good, and now I understand why some people are giving it that comparison to something like The Empire Strikes Back, right? With that to be with just the way that it's the action, the driving forward of the story, the emotional stakes. Like the stakes are truly set there. Like this is what it is. This is do or die here. And what are you going to do about it? And now in the next one, which is apparently supposed to come out next March, now it's about the execution. How are you going to achieve that? Are we like, it's just the greatness of it all. Spot as a villain is hilarious and terrifying. And I mean, when he really gains those extra powers, he is so vicious. It reminds me, it reminded me a lot of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. And where I thought it was gonna go until the ending, which was jaw dropping, crazy. Man, like my goodness. And I'm only saying I'm treading lightly here, just in case anyone hasn't seen it. But knowing me, I just end up going into things, so I might just start jumping into what things are. But to set it up, Miles is he's working on going to another school. His college, and seeing all his options, and he's really trying to balance all of that responsibility. Notice that there's a pattern here with all the Spider-Man sequels. It's trying to learn how to balance that responsibility with everything else on top of it. And it's always a staple of who his character is, for sure. And now just kind of wrestling with, balancing all that time and where he dedicates his time to, and time with family, time with friends or his friend and Gwen, and just like it's so well done. And so he comes across this villain, Spot, and Spot consistently says to him, I'm from your past. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea who you are. Spot, yeah, I guess I'm just diving into it. So Spot, is from a different dimension. The spider that bit Miles was from his dimension, and which caused him to go do his experiment, which would allow him to, if I remember correctly, I think it was like dark matter, dark control of dark matter, I believe. And it allowed him to be able to jump between universes and see like what's out there. And now he's there, but it severely damaged him, and it took everything from him: his family, his job, his life, his living. And he spent all this time trying to seek revenge against Spider-Man for what took place. And he wants to destroy him. He wants to recreate those events to destroy Miles and everything Miles has. We get Spider-Man 2099, who is like the Batman / vampire of his universe. It's very futuristic, beautiful. The music gets heavy into the synthesizers and like the steampunkishness of it all. And his whole argument for things being what they are is because he lost someone, and he lost his life. I'm sorry. And in another universe tried to change those events, but ended up losing someone in the process. And he learned, like, because he cannot, it goes against what life is essentially, is things have to play out for specific reasons. And, when there's this Spider Society, right, that they all meet up with, that Gwen is now working for. She's working with, trying to stop, some of these canon or getting involved with these canon events. Forgive me, I can't talk. Help with these canon events. Same with Jessica Drew, who's played by Issa Rae. And just, her story and how she's dealing with her dad. And, so she ends up joining them because of what she's dealing with at home. So she joins them on their mission, comes across Miles, wasn't supposed to, and caused a calamity, which is now Miles' universe letting Spot go, who is pretty much about to cause all this multiversal damage. And now Miles has to go and save his dad, because in every universe, they all lost someone that was close to them, like that. I guess all of them had lost like a Gwen Stacy or their police captain, whoever it was, in relation to them, their father, their uncle, whatever. And, but it's all what makes them Spider-Man, Uncle Ben. All those events are what lead to them becoming Spider-Man, whoever they lost. And so Miles is like, I can't accept that. That is not what I want. And he wants to go save his dad. And the way it all plays out, it's so, when I say it's so much to unpack, there's so many things to talk about because there's so much in it. The cameo appearances were great. I cannot sing the end of the music's praises. Let me hop to the animation. Phenomenal. Best animated feature automatically. At this point, to me, that's a given. That I know Elemental hasn't come out yet, but yeah, and there's a few more that have to come out later in the year, I'm sure. Obviously, there's like even Ruby Gilliam. I think it's Ruby Gilliam and the Teenage Kraken, something like that. She doesn't stand a chance. I'm sorry. Across the Spider-Verse is right now possibly the best movie of the year. This movie is so good. I have to watch it again and maybe do a review with somebody else just to bounce things off, because there's so much in it to unpack. Like when people say that this is something that you have to sit with for a while after you watch it, I was hesitant on doing this reaction at first because I wanted to just sit with it, but I just didn't want to lose like certain details that were going on with the movie, right? But just it's so hard it really is hard to explain everything the way that I truly want to. It's so good. Wow. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that. It was like a legitimate revival in there. You're just buzzing, and everybody at the end is like, "Oh, what?" Like it's crazy. Like this movie is so good. I took my sister to see it, right? So we went to Chili's, got some food. We go inside, sitting in there, and it's just she hadn't seen the first one. And so we're watching all these trailers, and the trailers seem to have gone by fast today. I think that they learned maybe some editing tricks, like maybe cut down on some of the trailers and like don't make them so long, and also don't have so many. But once the movie started, man, she hadn't been in a Dolby movie before, so this is the first time experiencing this in like a movie in Dolby. And I'm like, yeah, let's watch this in Dolby. Sound quality was ridiculous, man. Oh my goodness, like it's so good. This to me is how I felt last year when I saw Puss in Boots. I kid you not. This is legitimately how I felt. Like just losing my mind over the greatness that is this movie. And seeing Across the Spider-Verse, I'm losing my mind over the greatness of this movie. It's the masterpiece. I just Da Vinci does not come close. I'm sorry. I know it's all classical and the modernism and the romanticism and the expressionism. I understand that, but this right here is elevated cinema to the nth degree. This movie's fantastic. It is truly awesome, smart, worthy, groundbreaking, emotional. There's so much emotional weight that goes on in this that it may cause you true emotional damage. But there is some healing in this as well. The reconciliation. Oh my gosh. The reconciliation with Gwen. Oh my goodness. There's so much. I love God, man. Oscar Isaac killed it as 2099. 2099 is ferocious. Just I love Issa Rae's character because she comes off very conflicted. Like what they remind me of, I'll give you. This is exactly what I'll tell you. The Sea Beast, right? Captain Crow is what Captain Crow is to Spider-Man 2099. What Jessica Drew Spider-Woman is to, I would say his first mate Sarah. I forget her name. The black female pirate that was Crow's first mate. I can't think of her name. Sarah something, but that's who they remind me of because she's very conflicted about. Like she stands with him, but she also knows that deep down there's some tension with what she sees as right and wrong, and the movie makes you ask some challenging questions, some deep questions, like something that you sit with your friends and you talk about, and you're like, so if you had to save the world, right? If you could save one person, the person you love versus the world, what would you do? You never really know until you're in it. And that's what this is. It's asking you that question. What would you do in all these multiverses and all these lives that you possibly have? And I'm telling you, these multiverse movies just make you ask questions like, what are these? Do we have these other lives outside of this earth that we're on? Because the universe is so big and time being so vast and space being so space, but just like you wonder, you can't help but wonder, right? And the question, like, what do you do? Would you be willing to save the world over the one, or would you be willing to save the one over the world? I mean, what in that conversation, where does morality lie? Like, where is it? Because it's a very complicated, complex thing to talk about, to dive into. And it's what it does. It's phenomenal. This is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. All right. I mean, sometimes you got to let him spread his wings. No, this was so good. Yeah, I might have to do like a big, maybe like a review with some other guests who've seen it. Because just to bounce this off with other people as well, it's wow. Wow. I have nothing else to say. I really don't. I truly do not. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to see you guys later on in the next video. You all take care. Go see this when you can. I kid you not. You will have such a great day. Like, this movie, literally, my sister, she feels like her life was changed. I felt when I watched Puss in Boots, I felt like my life was changed. My life was changed in that instance. I feel like my life has changed again with this movie. With witnessing this. Stop it. Ugh. It's amazing. It's so good. Now she wants to dive into more of the Marvel films, and obviously I'm gonna show the first one. But yeah, no, this was great, fantastic, loved it. Like I said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Follow me down on all of those social media apps down there on all those platforms. I'm there. Find me, have a conversation with me, talk to me about this. What did you think about the movie? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but take care. Y'all gonna check me out at these here socials. I'll see you all in the next one. And by the way, make sure that you stay tuned for all types of content that I got going on at this here channel. Remember, one pack, one nation, one smooth hell.